So friends, here I have created one class by name graph which is having a main method. So into this class we'll code the implementation of graph through adjacency matrix. So first we'll create an integer variable and we'll give it a name as v. So this v is nothing but a number of vertices in the graph. We'll also create one more integer variable. We'll name it as e. So this e would be number of edges in graph. We'll also create a two-dimensional array which would be our adjacency matrix and it would represent a graph. So it would be a two-dimensional array and in the constructor we will initialize these three values. So this graph constructor takes in number of nodes. So here if simply we can assign nodes value to v, and as we are in the constructor of graph, therefore value of e would be equal to 0 because till now there are no edges into the picture. And finally we'll initialize the matrix with the number of nodes. So if suppose the graph has 4 nodes, therefore this should be a 4 cross 4 matrix. We'll also create an add edge method which will actually add an edge from u to v and vice versa. Therefore here simply we can do is to uth row and vth column we'll assign a value of 1 which represents an edge, and vice versa we'll do from v to u because it is an undirected graph. So therefore for every edge in the matrix there will be 2 points which will be representing an edge. After adding the edge we'll increment the count of edge by 1, so it would be e++. So friends, in our main method we'll create a graph and add an edge between few nodes. So we'll create an instance of graph and we'll provide a value of 4. So this will actually create a graph of 4 nodes, and also it will create an adjacency matrix which is of 4 cross 4. So we'll actually create a graph which we saw in our previous tutorial. We'll add an edge from 0 to 1, then from 1 to 2, then from 2 to 3, and finally from 3 to 0. So friends, here we have added 4 edges which we actually saw in the slide of our previous tutorial. Here I will create one method which will give us the string representation of this graph, and I will name it as toString. So first we'll create a string builder. We'll append V, which would be vertices, E would be our edges, and then we'll simply provide a for loop. Now this for loop will iterate over each and every vertex, and inside this for loop we'll append and now we'll provide one more loop which will iterate over the adjacency matrix for a particular vertex. So here we'll append so here we are simply printing the matrix. So SB and finally we'll return sb.toString. So here we'll simply print G, and if I run this code now, so friends, here you can see that there are 4 vertices as we have passed a value into the graph as 4, and there are 4 edges because we have created 4 edges from 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 and 3 to 0. And below is a string representation of this graph, which is nothing but our adjacency matrix. So this matrix we discussed in our previous slide. You can refer that slide and you can come to know that it represents the same matrix which we discussed. So friends, in this tutorial we saw the implementation of the graph using an adjacency matrix. I hope you like this video. Thanks, have a nice day.